I'm Astral Archangel, psychic medium in training. I say that because I'm not 100% okay with spirits yet. And you're listening to the Anthony Rogers Show.
You are now listening to the best show in the universe, The Anthony Rogers Show. You probably wish that this was your show, but it's not. It's The Anthony Rogers Show. Tell all of your friends to listen to this show.
This episode is sponsored by Cham Dippin' Sauce. Super fucking spicy sauce. Really good. Fresh ingredients. Use promo code Anthony Rogers, one word, for a discount. Link in the description and get some of that spicy dipping sauce. Welcome back to the greatest show in the entire universe. Today we have a guest that I found on TikTok going over like astral stuff, like astral traveling or something. We're going to go into more detail, but the Astral Archangel. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Really good, really good. I want to touch on something really fast. Let me see if I can find the link. Like while we're talking, but where did you come up with your name? Basically.
So Astral Archangel. Astral is because I use the meditation of astral projection to astral travel. This is something I've been doing since I was 16 years old. And I was raised on angels, archangels. So I just threw that word there for archangels are a form of protection for me in the astral realm. So that's basically why.
Oh, that's cool. So you've been traveling like on if my terminology is incorrect, like correct me at any point, but you're basically traveling like on the astral plane like since like 16.
Yes. So I do this through astral projection. Astral projection is the advanced form of meditation where you take your astral body and separate it from your physical body. You're no longer bound by physical limitations and can travel basically anywhere you want. The trippy thing about that is that the CIA actually has declassified documents on their government website speaking of this, but they call it remote viewing, same thing. So it's a trip. It's trippy. It's crazy.
No, when you say that, it's trippy. I want to show you what in particular like got me to you initially. I was like just TikTok. I stare at TikTok from like midnight to 3 a.m. for some reason. And I just get in that zone. But okay, this video you had, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this video you had right here, the audio will not come across probably for whatever reasons. Oh, I don't know, maybe you could hear it, but okay, so when you said this here, like, have you seen this place? I've literally seen this in a dream. Like, I literally,
really?
Yeah. Not as much. Let me find a way to mute this. Not as much as the one that goes into the sea part of it, like what you're describing. But I felt like it did at parts. I just didn't see that. But I saw like the highs, up and downs like this, and then these roads all over seas. Like what? Explain a little bit to me, like what that means. Like this is the part I saw. If you can see the screen still, I saw
actually,
that.
I use Florida Keys as that's actually in Florida. It's a real place. I use that as an example, and I looked up the meaning. And when someone dreams of driving over a bridge or a highway, it represents a transition in their life. So maybe when you dream about these places, you might be going through a transition. The way you feel on this bridge represents how you feel in the waking life. So if you're scared or nervous on going on this bridge and highway, that represents how you feel in your waking life about this transition. And then the steep bridge that's pictured right there, steep bridges represent the mental barriers and expectations that we think of ourselves. Basically, it's quite interesting when you actually dive into the meanings of these dreams. They're all symbolism. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I was reading the comments, and a lot of people have seen that place too. Because I remember just these like crazy, like winding up and down things.
Yeah.
And, like, this was a while ago, so this was probably I'm like 35, so this was probably my 20s or something when I saw this, and like it was I don't know how to describe it, but I saw that, and like to see that everyone else in your comments almost connected with it too, kind of weirded me out and made me reach out to you, kind of annoyingly, almost like stalkerish. I'm like I have to talk to this lady on my podcast. I'm like immediately just like I have to. I immediately had to reach out and stuff, and like because it was just bizarre seeing that, and like it has enough. I mean, it has a bunch of people saying they saw that.
Yeah, I was actually, when I posted it originally, I was just describing what I personally experienced, and seeing that many people experience the same thing, that has to mean something. I mean, but then that's why I looked it up and realized, oh, it represents a transition in our life that is very important to us.
I can
But
see that too. But
that's,
is that a real place that we're projecting to? You think?
you know what?
That's what I thought immediately when everybody like saw the same thing.
I honestly think it is a real place. The astral realm, which is, just for those who don't know, in my belief, the astral realm is a dimension we all go to when we die, if you believe in reincarnation and stuff like that. It's basically in the astral realm, there's certain buffer zones that in our dreams we can visit, you can say. And so that's why I feel like all these different people have visited those buffer zones, which is why we experience these similar dreams and describe seeing these similar places.
That
I
does seem like
don't,
a buffer zone. No, it really does. When you said that, that clicked. That does seem like a buffer zone.
yeah, it definitely feels that way too, because I show my friends these places and they're like, my heart sank into my ass. Like, how did you know I saw that? Stuff like that. So I definitely think it's a buffer zone.
Yeah, no, it weirded me out when I saw it, but not in a bad way, like in a curious way. It's like I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I linked back to that dream like almost immediately, like in my head when I saw that. It was just bizarre. And then like you were saying some stuff. I heard a lot of astral travelers or whatever the terminology. I saw that like it was hard for you to get into the White House, like astral projecting. Like, did you is that something you focused on, or like and what was your experience with that more or less? Like,
Yeah. Well, with astral projection in the astral realm is basically like the physical realm, but it's just not physical. It's more energetic. It's not necessarily physical. So you can't just do whatever you want, like you, I mean, like in this realm. So I was looking for this lobby. I could not find it. I used all of my mental power to try to visualize and picture it. I just simply couldn't. Like, I don't know why, but I just couldn't. I don't
I
know
heard
if that made.
no, I heard there's a lot of protection in that realm too, like of a
Oh,
lot of confusing things.
yes.
Like I heard several places are like that. Like I heard like the Buckingham Palace was like that. I heard like Area 51 was like that. I heard like because I
Dude,
tear through Reddit and I just like kind of read everybody's stories on astral projection sometimes. Like
don't get me started. People think that because they're in the astral realm they can just do whatever they please. No, you really can't. Like, there's certain areas like area 51. I tried going there and I was actually pushed back by a force field
I heard
and
that.
snapped back into my body.
I
I
heard that
tried.
happens to everybody. I heard there's so many people. Not to cut you off, sorry, but like, there's so many people that it's happened to. So I almost that's what's so weird. Like I've heard that several times now.
Yeah,
Go
dude.
ahead though. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm
No,
just
you're
amped up.
you're fine, man, dude. This is crazy. I tried going to the White House just to see what's going on, and same thing. And I actually felt something, a tearing sensation along my navel area when I went to the White House and was thrown back by that same force field. I actually tried going into a military base, same thing. I just was bounced back as if I really wasn't supposed to be there. I knew from that point in time I'm never going there again. It was
Do you think it's like guards that are invisible or invisible walls or like what do you think it is? Like
I personally feel like it's an invisible force field and there are astral guards. For example, like I mentioned earlier, the US government has been aware of astral projection since it was used as a form of weapon in the 1960s through 70s, to locate where they should attack. So they're definitely aware of these places and take the proper precautions to protect their zones from being attacked or whatever the reason is. They they're protected. Like, there's a lot of areas I've tried going to just out of my curiosity, and they're guarded. I've actually experienced a guard, and it was it was like a shadow figure, and it just pushed me back, and then I mean it snapped me back into my body. It's all a trip, dude. It's crazy, like hearing myself talk about it.
That's what I hear about Area 51 is that there's people there, and like and then they all say they snap back in their body. Like, so I hear that, like I read that a lot. Rather, I've never actually, I don't think I've actually talked to somebody that's traveled that much. But I read a lot of like like just Reddit stuff and like testimonies of people. I've talked to a lot of it, but it's very interesting. So it means, I mean, they have been aware of it publicly for a while too, because those are public records from like the '60s, I believe. First time I kind
Yeah.
of saw that, and like and we are about that far behind of, I mean, of our government probably, and like all the research and all that stuff. Like, so it makes sense, but it's just, yeah, it's just bizarre. Like, what are some other places you try to travel to? Like, have you been trying to go to the moon by chance, or?
Dude, that's the other place. I've tried projecting to the moon and I get bounced back every time.
That's
The
probably
the places that I learned that I can't go to is the moon, Mars, Area 51, the White House, military bases, other government buildings, and even celebrity homes. They're actually guarded too. Like I feel like celebrities are spiritually aware, so I feel like they know about that kind of stuff and guard themselves too. But
have you?
I tried.
Oh,
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead. Sorry,
Oh, my bad. No, it's my. Have you tried Antarctica?
dude. Mind blown. I'm gonna try that now. I never thought of that.
Because Antarctica is blocked off like from civilians, where you can't actually go. You can't actually go there unless you're on like a guided tour. It's like North Korea. Have you tried North Korea?
No, I'm too scared
Ah,
personally.
they just grab you. They're like American. They just,
Ding
yeah.
ding ding. We got an American. Like, no, I'm too scared, dude.
No, that'd be
That
crazy.
yeah.
So you realize you can do? I watched a lot of your TikToks. You realize you can do this through like sleep paralysis or something?
So sleep paralysis, you can use that to induce astral projection because astral projection is basically when you make your body go into a trance, which is when your whole body is asleep, but your mind is still awake. So that's what a trance is. And once you're in that trance, you separate your body from I mean, you separate your astral body from your physical body and then travel outwards. I'm so sorry, but I lost the question.
I don't even remember what I asked you either. I was just listening. Oh, no, okay, no, I remember that. So did you originally found this out through sleep paralysis? Like
Oh
when?
yeah, dude. It was traumatizing. It wasn't all unicorns and rainbows. It actually sucked. I didn't even know astral projection was a thing until after I experienced sleep paralysis for many years. And I knew it wasn't in my head just because there's been certain scenario. For example, the first time I astral projected, I felt my body separated from my physical body. I saw a dead woman on my floor in the astral realm. And then I'm like, oh shit, that's my aunt. And all of a sudden I hear screaming and it snaps me back into my body. And I find my aunt outside this room on the floor throwing up blood.
Oh my
So
god.
and we had to rush her to the hospital because she was dying of a gallbladder stone that was just, it went wrong. So that was my first experience with astral projection due to sleep paralysis.
And that's
It,
when you
it
like realized it wasn't just like a dream, or it wasn't just like you like whatever lucid dreaming or whatever, like more or less.
Yeah, dude, that's when it's a blessing and a curse, but that's when it really hit me like, oh shit, this isn't just in my head. This isn't a dream. This is actually something going on that I need to learn more about because clearly whatever happened warned me and told me to go find my aunt on the floor or whatever.
No, it makes sense, and that's why I believe in like higher powers and stuff too. Is like a higher energy made you do that. It's like it's
Yeah.
just like I think we're just in God's simulation. I really believe that,
Do,
and there's so many just cool fucking things you could do inside of it.
yeah. Our minds are so powerful. They really are. And that's given to us from whatever it is up there, this essence, this conscious infinite intelligence. We have access to gain that power from that being and just, for example, do astral projection. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's part of the. Yeah, it's like it's part of it. It's like hacking the matrix or something. It feels like, but
yeah, dude.
My concern about astral projecting is that I'm an idiot and I don't know how to do it very well. If I was to try it, and like I'd be thrown into realms with like experts of it and stuff. I mean, like of like people that are like that. That's what weirds me out. Is I'm at a total disadvantage almost. You know, like
Dude, you can anyone can do it. I'm not special. I'm not a magical wizard. It's just something that takes practice. Meditation, you need to practice in order to meditate. To meditation, you need to practice in order to do it. Same with astral projection. It's just a matter of practicing it over and over again. It took me 4 years to finally be able to consciously project. If that makes you feel better.
no, I feel like if I was to do it successfully, I'd be like when you're talking about this like on your TikTok. If you're listening or watching, like go to our TikTok. I'll link it in the description or something. When you're talking about the lower realms and stuff, I feel I would get eaten alive by those little gopher looking fucking things. You know, it's like I just feel like I have no protection in these like other realms. You know, I feel like I'm just like I'm 6 foot tall in like life, but I don't know how big I am like in fucking other. You know what I mean, like or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I totally get that. And I'm actually glad you said that just because for those who are listening, if you are scared of what you will see in the astral realm, don't even go at all because what you fear in that realm, you attract. And these entities do feed off of your fear.
So manifestation works too. I mean, that's how.
Yep,
And yeah, no.
you already know. Yeah, that's where you are. That's why you are where you are today. You know the power.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and I watched. I must have the other night. I must have watched like every TikTok video you made. I mean, I probably just. I mean, I don't know if I literally did, but I was like scrolling through all this stuff, and like I didn't go to sleep till like 3 or 4 because I was just like, man, I didn't want to go to the astral plane at that time. You know, I was just like, man, I've been watching so much shit on this. I'm just gonna end up in some random place like in fucking like I don't know, like Jeffrey Dahmer's house or some shit. You know,
Oh
like,
my god,
like, you know what I
frozen femurs or something.
yeah, you
Dude,
just
bro.
don't. Yeah, there's a lot of positive, but also on the contrary, I see like there's a lot of like really high vibration like energy too, where like I mean the light and love and truth and like all that exists still too, you know. So it's like the counter. I mean, I'd probably see really beautiful things and maybe not want to come back sometimes too, you know. It's like,
Dude, I feel that. There's definitely levels to the astral realm. You have the lower levels where low vibrational beings lurk, but then you have those higher levels where angels, archangels, heaven, you know, like what people consider heaven. So there's different levels to these realms, but since we're on an earthly plane closer to that lower vibration, at least that's what I believe. We're more susceptible to experiencing those scary scenarios. And I've been projecting for I think 6 years now, and I still can't 100% control when I accidentally get there, and it sucks ass. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Don't invite your grandma. Like it sucks. It's horrible.
well, it's just darkness, right? I mean, that's basically what low
Yeah.
vibration is like darkness and pain. Like I've seen what you had in that picture. I've seen that, but not in my sleep. I've seen that like
Whoa.
I was like my wife was like is really into this stuff too, and she'll probably this will probably the only episode she'll ever even watch. But
Yay!
is like your episode probably be like I just interviewed a bunch of people and she's like, oh, a rock star, oh cool. But she'll
I'll
actually
send
watch.
her a free crystal.
That's what I mean. She'll probably love the fuck out of it. But she was talking on her like on like this like with her cousins and land and stuff like right after like a family member died that potentially had a lot of darkness in them, and like they're talking. She did some kind of thing on their land with like
This show is possible because of sponsors like Siempre Tequila. It's a good sipping tequila, good mixing for margaritas. Link in the description. Buy some right now.
fuck, what's that smoke stuff? What's that called again?
Sage.
Sage, yeah.
Sage.
Yeah, she saged the house and land there, and like I felt this like I felt and saw. I was like laying in bed like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, trying to get some sleep because I'm just like I don't even know what to do with my day, you know. I like so I was like I was just like bored that day and I didn't want to go out or something, so I was like trying to sleep and like I was laying in bed. I felt like this like dark black energy come over me.
Oh.
It scanned me and then fucking flew off, but it looked like that thing, and but it also, I mean, I view darkness a lot differently than other people do. A lot of people are scared. I am kind of scared sometimes of darkness. But, like, I have like pity on it. It just seems sad.
Yeah,
It just seems
it's
like
sad.
yeah, it's like really just sad. Like they're mad about something. But I literally felt that thing before, like that. So I know it exists because like, why else are we having these like common like hallucinations if they're hallucinations, or are common dreams if they're dreams? I mean, like
Exactly.
so it's like why are these common things happening? I think there's a definite fight for good and evil on this planet, you know, and like whatever this planet is, you know.
I definitely think so. And it's crazy that you mentioned it was a like a shadowy black face, because I've seen thousands of comments on a few of my videos speaking of seeing that exact figure. It hovers over them on their bed. Some people even report feeling paralyzed and they can't move. That's what sleep paralysis is basically. But
It scanned me. It scanned me, and
dude,
I had this weird thing where I can read like I've seen light before. I felt like I felt an angel before actually multiple times, but like this is kind of a weird story, but like I don't know, I don't know, but I
you're
don't know.
connected, by the way. I see that you're connected to a higher being. I'm not sure who it is. This
I serve
might
God. No,
me.
I'm a servant of God and Jesus Christ. I
Yeah, beautiful.
mean,
Jesus.
servant for sure. But I think what I'm saying is like I like my mom got really sick like a while, and she's doing better now. Like, but she got really sick for a while, and like I was kind of taking it out on people on the internet because I had like a Twitter with a bunch of people and like a bunch of I would just roast people like just because like just brutally, and like, it'd be funny to me, but at the same time it was shitty. But I felt like this like white light literally look at me the same way I can read the thoughts of that dark cloud thing. Like I felt its thoughts too. It was the same thing with that white light. The white light was just like you're a child in pain basically. It's all it told me, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even mad. I'm just in pain, and like it told me that we like almost like telekinetically, the same way that dark energy told me it was reading me. It was like sizing up its threats. Basically, it was like weird.
Wow. I definitely think that was a higher vibrational being just
Oh, for sure.
trying to just stop you, because bro, you seem like you have a lot of wisdom. And it's like, because I do the same thing. My mom was sick as well. She almost died of stage 4 breast cancer, and I would take out my anger online, being a troll, being an asshole
Yeah.
for no reason. And so something I felt, I didn't see like something that vivid as you, but something did stop. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, just stop. Like, you're in pain. Focus on how to heal your pain versus projecting your own pain onto other people for no reason. So what you experience, man, that I believe in miracles and signs that God gives us. That was a sign, dude.
I saw
Like,
it. No, she healed from a miracle, in my opinion, too. Like
are you serious?
I watched the whole miracle happen. Like, so basically, like, and I don't talk about this a lot, but like, so I was in the hospital and she was unresponsive, basically. Like, she was making noises, not really talking very well. And I played this country gospel song by Alan Jackson, like "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." So I was playing like
God.
I was playing the gospel, but I was playing it through country musicians, and that was the first concert she took my sister to, was Alan Jackson. So I thought it would bring memory back too. So I was doing.
Cry.
So I was doing like no, I have a million times, trust me. But so I played a song that was relative to her memory and also had the gospel in it, and like "What a Friend We Had in Jesus." And like I play that song right after that song ends, the chapel lady comes in and she goes, "Can I pray for her?" And I'm like, "Of course." I'm like, "God bless you." Let's like so we pray for her. No, we pray for her first. And I was like, "Well, God bless you." And she looks at me like the first time she believed it was real. It was so weird. She looked at me and she goes,
"Wow."
She goes, "Yeah, God bless you." It's like no one told the chapel lady God bless you before. She's always saying it for other people. And you saw it all over her face. And I was like, and then you saw she believed she was a part of a miracle. You saw it was all over her face. And then the next guy comes in, the doctor comes in, and they start quizzing me. They're like, "What's going on? What's this? What's blah blah blah?" Like I'm like a fucking person that knows anything. And they're like quizzing me and stuff. And then like and he had a Jesus chain on, like he had a Jesus chain on. And then like right after this happened, so okay, it was like they misdiagnosed my mom with ALS. Basically, everyone thought she had ALS and she was deteriorating and stuff. So then like where's it going with this? So then that the next, like maybe the next day, maybe the week of, she starts doing better, right? And then I get a call and they realize it was just her spine staircasing, and that was like messing up all of her nerves and all this stuff like that, which is still a brutal surgery, but not a death sentence. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude,
I watched a miracle literally happen before my eyes. It was weird, and there's signs of it. Like my wife was just saying, like she would see ancestors of my mom around. I saw that angel. I feel like it was an angel. It could be an ancestor too, but like I felt like it was an angel.
Yeah.
I saw like this, like it was just a white light, like a silhouette person in white light.
Yes.
And I literally saw. I mean, in my wife at the time was we tried to help her my mom a lot, so we would see she would see like ancestors around, like my grandma, and she saw pictures of my grandma before, so she felt her energy and all this different things. So there was like ancestors and angels around. It was a really fucking crazy thing. I feel like I witnessed a miracle in that hospital room though.
That was a miracle. And like you said, if it was an angel, maybe our ancestors are angels. Like they guide us all the time. They protect us all the time if we need the protection. That is. Wow, I'm speechless. That was a miracle you experienced, definitely, though.
I definitely think so. That's like the first time I probably talked about that publicly, but I do think that was a really crazy thing witnessing that. And I believed in I've served God for at least like years now. I used to kind of be like an idiot atheist, but you were like that too. Okay,
yeah. Like,
what was your moment? Like, what was your kind of moments? Like, I think a lot of Christians have that moment. I think.
It's kind of stupid, but I had a pet bird. It was an exotic bird, and it just flew away. It was gone for a few weeks. I'm like, okay, everyone's like, it's dead. Like, just stop crying. And I mentally told myself, God, if you're real, you're going to bring back my bird. It could be dead. I don't know, but this is the proof I need. Oh, the next day, I sleep next to a tree. My room's next to a tree. My bird is on the top of the tree, and it flies on my hand.
Yeah.
And then I was. This was around Thanksgiving, and I was giving thanks for that. And the bird was asleep because it was nighttime. And I told my parents, I was like, I'm thankful that I found my bird, and that God, whatever it was, did that for me. And then the bird somehow flew out of the cage. It was crazy.
It is nuts. It sounds like the Lord's work for sure.
But that wasn't for me. That I needed I needed something stronger, honestly. And that to me was my grandma. She had lung cancer. She was on her deathbed. My dad had to go to Mexico basically for the funeral. The funeral was arranged. It was already set. She was in hospice, brain dead, blah, blah, blah. They had taken one of her lungs out. Only 75% of her other lung was working. They considered her dead. And so my dad and I and my whole family, we just prayed and prayed. My dad said she's going to die, like where her funeral is arranged. And they do the analysis the next day as she's basically brain dead. And then they find that her other lung is completely healthy and doesn't have cancer, even though the day previously it was completely infected. It was going to fail. That to me was, wow. Like and I have testimonies. I will give you my dad's phone number. Like, oh my God, when that happened,
You don't seem like a liar. I can tell you've been sincere. I kind of vibe people.
Yeah, I can tell you're very intuitive. You're a wise man. The beard is the length of the beard is the length of your wisdom. It's very long.
That's weird that you said that, because I feel like that's connected kind of to like when I started like being like a Christian, I guess. Like I was like I was taking a shower, and I felt like my soul was dirty, and I felt like that day I was cleaning my soul as well as my body. It was really weird, and I felt how filthy my soul was, and I didn't want it to be filthy. And then like I probably haven't cut my hair or beard since like probably at least my beard since that time. It's like really weird that those are correlated kind of potentially. I don't know, but I feel like that was like my moment.
It is. I'm actually a Native American, and we don't cut our hair because our hair really does carry energy. In our beliefs, hair carries energy. It's like an antenna that we have around our face and head.
And
So
nerves, yes, nerves and antenna for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, my wife introduced me to a story talking about how the military would get Native Americans to do tracking, and when they shaved their head, it wouldn't work. But when they let them keep their hair long, it would work. So like certain Native Americans are the only people in the military
yeah,
that can have long hair because of that reason.
yeah, exactly, dude. You're awesome. You're amazing. You're so you're so informed and aware, and that's a great quality to have as a man. So thank you
Well,
so much.
well, super kind. I appreciate that. But no, I agree with the nerves and the and then I think that it is. I think it's heightened something. It does something. I mean, I'm not like completely clear on what it does. Well, did you have like people in your ancestors or in your past that were like this as well? Because like this is probably a
Yes.
like I had a feeling because like if you can project really easily, this is probably like a worked on thing through your ancestry or whatever, you know.
So my dad actually projects, although he just never formally he just kind of has done it his whole life but never realized what it actually was. And then when I told my dad about my sleep paralysis and astral projection experience, he'd tell me, "Oh, what? That's what I also went through." So I was like, "Okay, so you passed this down to me from my
Yeah,
yeah." It was a trip. I just found this out actually like 3 weeks ago.
that's
So I
crazy. Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
my grandma had like this like intuition thing that I feel like I have sometimes,
yep, you
like
have it.
to where she would like one time the most famous one in my family was like my grandpa wanted to take like an RV that was like hooked on the back of like a truck, like one of those one of those like old RVs
Oh
that like hooked
yeah.
onto a truck, whatever, like the '70s style or something. Maybe I don't know what year it was, but he was wanted to take it out, and my grandma at the time was like, "No, don't let the kids ride in the back. They absolutely cannot go. Do not let them ride." And they're like, "Why?" They're like, "Why?" And she goes, "I don't know, but no." You know what I mean?
Like
She didn't
her,
she didn't
yeah.
even know. She didn't even know, but she's like, "No, I just know it's a bad idea." And so the kids are all mad. My grandpa's like, I mean, my family's all mad. My grandpa's like, "Okay, I guess, whatever. I don't argue," and like leaves. And when he does this, the trailer falls off on the highway, and so my grandma like protected my mom and her sisters from that moment. And she didn't even really fully understand that until after. And I think I have that same thing where like I could see what's a good and bad idea for me almost. I could almost feel what I'm supposed to do. It's like weird. I know when I'm supposed to do certain things, and I know when I'm not, but that doesn't make me not. Sometimes I just don't do. 'Cause it's funny, you know. I also try it, but
I'm taking I'm a medium in training because I'm not 100% comfortable with tuning into spirits yet 100%. But the ability that what you described is considered claircognizance, where you just know, you don't know why, you just
yeah,
know things. When you look at someone, you just feel something about them, and then it comes true. Like you just it's a knowing, like not knowing why, but you just feel it and know. So
yeah. I
you
remember. Oh, sorry. What were you saying? I didn't even know.
no, I was just saying you probably have that ability, like just from your grandma.
To a degree, yeah, and that's why I asked about the past because I feel like it's passed down. I remember when I was like a kid working on these bullshit jobs, like before you kind of figure out your career type thing. Like I'm old now,
Yeah.
but when I was young, kind of hopping around bullshit jobs, I remember this kid named Cody, and he watches these and listens to these, so he may listen. But he was like working the bullshit job with me, but he was like young. He should have been working the bullshit job. I was like 21, shouldn't have been. He was like probably like 17, and I go, "You're gonna own a business." I can just literally tell you're gonna own a business, and now he owns a business. Like it's like just certain things like that I just kind of know when I meet people. It's weird.
Dude, that's your gift. That's your grandma's gift, and enjoy it. And that's
It's
yours. It's yours to enjoy.
and it's weird to say, but it's almost like better when I'm stoned, which is fucking weird.
Dude, those ideas just
Yeah, you don't
I
have
don't know,
as
it
much
floats.
judgment maybe or something. But
Yeah.
I knew you smoked weed 'cause you're wearing a Wu Tang Clan T-shirt. I already knew I could. I already knew. But no, but I feel like that when I smoke, it's like easier almost. Like I can almost read people and situations way better stoned. So I wouldn't know otherwise. I probably haven't been not stoned in fucking like a decade. But it's like, but I feel, I just feel like that though. I feel like I can just really get a read on like situations of people like that.
Dude, you know the formula to your own gift and your ability, whether it's unconscious or consciously. Like you know what it is, and that's your grandma, dude. That's sick.
Most likely.
That she was able to predict, or I mean, it's not like she said what was gonna happen, but she felt that God knows how, but she did, and you guys are alive.
Yeah, and
So
we
that's
always I always do like a cheers like kind of thing where like I'm always like say like to God and our ancestors, and I always literally feel like my ancestors around me like constantly. It's like I feel like even like old cats like 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 like,
Yeah.
once I had this cat named like DC one time, and sometimes I'd feel it run across my legs afterwards, and then like one time like we're talking about something and like going down the wrong path probably or something in a way, like my wife and I, and she gets out of the car and looks down and it says like DC on like the sewer lid kind of thing. It was just like weird. It's just weird stuff like that. That
Yeah.
like I don't really know how to describe it. But I feel like pets and like ancestors and like a lot of things are just looking out for me right now. It's like I got a lot like to lose. Yeah, just a lot of things going on. You know, it's like so. It's like they're
I
keeping me
definitely,
in the light or something rather than the darkness. You know.
yeah, and they always are. Like, I definitely feel like our pets and animals that we really, I mean, I feel all animals do protect us in a sense on the other side, like once they're gone. And because I've had a similar experience as well. I had a cat. She just ran away for no reason. I don't know why. I never found out why. And one day I was just crying, and then for some reason she liked eating hot dogs. And I was eating a hot dog outside, and then oh my, I feel like something brush along my legs, and I was like, that feels like my cat. So I definitely feel like animals do have a place on the other side too. There's like hope, and that's what these our ancestors and our animals that pass on the other side. That's what they give us, is this hope that and guidance and faith, and they put us on this path to be on our right path. And that's important. It's really good to be connected to your ancestors and your loved ones who have passed, or at least recognize them and acknowledge them and thank them for whatever they did.
No, I definitely feel that. Like that's crazy. Well, I feel like we'll talk for 9 more hours if we don't like promote some stuff. And I feel and I'd love to continue this to some other point where we just like get a subject or something too. But throw out like your TikTok, your Instagram, whatever you want to promote, kind of, but people can kind of get a hold of you. Like I just kind of wanted to. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I had to tell you certain things that I related to more so. It's not usually an interview is just like me asking a bunch of questions, but I wanted to like kind of make things relative because I feel like I don't know. I feel like that was just interesting for myself, but hopefully some listeners found it interesting.
Dude, I totally okay. I now
but,
get what you're trying to say. No,
yeah,
yeah, dude, just I'm really happy with this moment. But so what parts are you going to cut off parts, or how does
I like
this
just
work?
putting it as it goes. I like putting it as it goes. Like I usually, if you want to throw out some links or something, I'll cut it after that, and then I mean, like we'll get out of here. But yeah, like you want people to follow you. Your TikTok's like blowing up right now, and it's like, and I think people should look at that if you're into TikTok. I think, and it's a good vibe too. So what was that? The Archangel, the Astral Archangel on TikTok too.
Yeah, dude, just go wild. I'm not picky. I'm very easygoing. Like, just do whatever makes you feel, whatever will make your podcast, I mean, the way you want it to be, if that makes sense.
Thanks to Wave Washer, you will always taste your flour and terps the way they're meant to taste, instead of tar buildup and mold. Adding iso alcohol into your bong is optional but highly recommended. Toothpicks, Q-tips, and pipe cleaners are also handy tools to have around when needed. For smaller pieces, put some iso alcohol into a smaller container or baggie and put your pieces into that, and then place that into the bowl of warm water along with Wave Washer. Wave Washer makes cleanup so easy, and all your 420 pieces will be clean again like brand new. Because it's so easy and fast, you can use it daily. Keep your glass clean consistently, easily, for you and your friends and family with Wave Washer. Elevate your ritual.